Hey y'all, what's up? I hope y'all had a great day. I caught Raw a little late today because I thought, oh, I got my water. I got a whole bunch of water here. I thought, I missed most of it. I didn't know the first hour was gonna be commercial free. I took my son. I went to go cook out for my son, and came back. Well, put it on my phone because I have the app on my phone to watch it. USA or whatever, and I saw Gunther in the ring. So I was like, oh, I was like, it's 9, it's 8:11. Like I thought another segment happened, but I forget that like the first 4 or 5 minutes they always recap either last Monday or the PLE before. So I'm like, all right, it's not as bad. My arms look huge here. And the crazy thing is they've always been defined like this. Like since like second grade. First or second grade, I noticed it. And people are like, what do you do with your arms? And I'd be like, nothing. Like genetic. My son has them now. But but like he was talking about how like he brought prestige. Y'all thought basically he brought prestige to the IC title. He's gonna do that to the world title. And how it looks good on him and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I want that oil off my face. And I do concur though. Like, it's something about Gunther having a title that he does level up the title. But at the same time, since he's gotten the first title that I watched him get. No, I think he had the title before I started watching. I can't remember. He got it from Ricochet, or he just got it from Ricochet. I don't think. Excuse me. I think the only other time I saw him without the title is when my son and I watched the old Survivor Series, and it was NXT versus SmackDown versus Raw, and he was still going by Walter, and he was a little heavier, and he did not have a title or anything like that. Or if he did, he didn't, come out with it. So, but seeing him with a title works because I feel like with Gunther, what would you do with him without a title? You see what I'm saying? Like, he's one of those wrestlers that I was talking about that might be an introvert, that doesn't one talk if he has to. Take the umbrella out. And sorry, I'm yelling at my son. I told him to take a shower 2 hours ago, and we put our wet umbrellas in the tub so they could dry and it won't be all on my floor. But anyways, so yeah, so I'm like, he's one of those people that like he'll show you in the ring type situations, and I'm like, if he doesn't have a title, what would y'all have him do? Because I'm saying that because like his versatility outside of not being champion, to me, I don't see any. And I'm not saying he doesn't have any. I'm just saying that I don't know him prior to having a title. So like, I don't know what he's done before that led up to, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like, I don't know. Like the rest of the superstars, like Bronson and like Jay or Sami or the Judgment Day or whoever, Rhea or Liv or something like that. Like, they have stuff going on and they have stories that go on outside whether they have a title or they don't have a title. And honestly, some of them, I think, have better stories when they don't have a title. Like, for instance, at one point in time before Becky lost her title to Liv, like, people were coming up to her, was like, I want a match. And she was like, you got it. And I was like, that's it? Like, and I know everything can't have a story, but I'm like, for like 2-3 weeks it was going on like that. And I was like, y'all don't have nothing to give her, or she doesn't have nothing to play off of. Like, so like, but when she doesn't have a title, I feel like she more gangster with it. I don't know. Randy came out, which was surprising, because I'm like, is he on ain't he on SmackDown? But I will say, I like the shirt. The shirt was dope. He had his legs bruised up, and he was like, basically, you wouldn't be champion if it was for me. Like, you won on a technicality. You know what I'm saying? So we about to do this. So I'm thinking, because he got his gear on, that they about to fight tonight. They talking about Bash at Berlin 3 weeks from now. So, a couple things. That either probably means he has a dark match, because he's in his gear. And I will say that he's going to be on Raw more for the next 3 weeks. Because I'm like, I'm here for him fighting the Bloodline and KO fighting the Bloodline and stuff like that. But I want him to do something else. Like, he's Randy Orton. And I'm not saying that in a sense where he can't fight, like, Bloodline only. But certain people, you want to see them do more than one thing. If that makes sense. So, like, with Bianca fighting Damage Control for 2 years, it didn't get stale to me. You know what I'm saying? Because people, even though she was fighting them, like, during the first Survivor Series, they added Rhea to their group. They added Nikki Cross to their group. And then, like, it was her and Becky, and people got involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, Asuka was with her, then she was against her. And then even between that, she fought Alexa Bliss. And then she teamed up with Charlotte. Like, people were in and out of it. You see what I'm saying? And then with, like, Cody and the Bloodline, people are in and out of it. Basically, him and KO in the Bloodline. Because KO's been fighting for 2 years, too. And the Bloodline is in and out of it. Even outside of that, Cody has had, you know, tag team titles with Jay. And he was fighting Judgment Day. And then KO had issues with A-Town Down Under. And I can't remember if he had anything with Pretty Deadly or not, but it's like other factors. And he had issues with Judgment Day too, so it wasn't just like one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like with Randy, as of lately, it's been just them two. And then at one point, it was just like him and LA Knight and KO, and then just Bloodline. So I'm like, okay, we need another layer, or put him in something else. So to me, like, this is cool. This is cool. So after that, this is a quick 3 hours for me because the show was so exciting and I was anticipating it. So after that, I can't even remember. I can't even be honest with you. I can't remember. I should have wrote it down, but y'all know I try to go off memory, which sometimes fails me more times than not. Did you do it 2 times? 2 times. Did you wash up 2 times? At least. Okay. I'm sorry. Y'all know how boys are sometimes. But, so, after that, what the hell happened? Oh, they showed Sheamus. So they showed Sheamus, and I think he was talking to Jackie, and then he was talking about how he was going to be a little bit, because I was like, okay, I was wondering where Kaiser was. I couldn't remember if he was injured or not and how long he was injured. So, you know, Pat and them was talking, and they talking about, like, how, you know, he get helps if he wanted. So I'm like, I know every faction doesn't, with every faction or every group, you don't have to betray each other or turn on each other for y'all to separate. You know what I'm saying? And I was watching something with homeboy from, they used to be on the bump. What's his name? Matt. And talking about how Montez is not a bigger star, which I ain't even gonna get into that because I get into that almost every week. But how you can break up. And he was like, a lot of people were talking about he's not a star because at first Street Profits were led by Dawkins. And at the time, Dawkins is a good wrestler, but he's gotten better being in the dungeon with Natty, which I completely agree, and you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference. Whether you watch it live or you go back and watch like the History of Street Profits, you can go back and see. And then certain people are like, well, you should give it to Jay because Jay has more charisma and stuff like that. And I said, obviously, y'all haven't. I'm nothing against Jay, but y'all ain't been watching Montez and his charisma on the mic and stuff like that. And he doesn't really get a chance to talk. But I'm like, because it was like, everybody was agreeing that Jay's cool, but Montez is better, and which I concur. But, what was I going? I was going. And, oh. Sorry, it's after 11. So they was talking about how Jay ain't even got to turn on each other. Like, to separate. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could go their separate ways. Both of them could be single stars. Because at this point, the SmackDown tag team titles is kind of like a joke-ish. Because the only legit tag team that was in the 6-man gauntlet match outside of Pretty Deadly, who was more of a comedy thing now, was Street Profits. Everybody else was thrown together or they just came back. You know what I'm saying? Like OC and AOP basically spent half of their time in NXT. Tama and Jacob just got there. And it was like, it wasn't even him and his brother. It was Jacob fighting. And my brain didn't see Jacob as a tag title. I see him as a future world champion. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they're saying the same with Gunther and Kaiser. Like, is Imperium still together, or did they like slowly fade and they're just still cool, and if they need be, they help each other out? You see what I'm saying? So Kaiser ended up fighting Sheamus. So it was like, who you think will win? I was like, I feel like Kaiser's gonna win, and I said the only reason why I feel that is because I feel Pete is gonna come out somehow and mess it up. So the match was going well. Pete did come out with a shillelagh. How you say it? First of all, is that his personal shillelagh? Because that's the second time he came out with one of those. Okay. Second of all, I got oil all on my glasses and everything. Sorry. I had put coconut oil in my hair because my scalp was dry, and it's like it's dripping. And even though it's good for the skin, it's like I don't need my skin to be that oily. So he comes out. They thought he was gonna sabotage it. Ludwig gives him like a quick pin. Sheamus. Sheamus kicks out the 2. Then Sheamus comes back and wins the match. Okay. Then he jumps into the crowd. People are like tagging out and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't care who you are, okay? You could have been LeBron James. I would be like, ooh, that's LeBron James. But I don't want you putting your arms around me and you sweaty and then you stink. Like, I don't want that. First of all, pheromones mixed with sweat is not unless like that's your spouse, or if you like the person smell like natural smell with sweat, then that causes attraction. You know, our primitive one of our primitive instincts that tells that we're animals. But I'm like, I don't want nobody sweaty up on me like that. I don't. Why would I want that? Like, I was, I'm glad you happy and the crowd was happy and stuff like that. Another thing, I was so upset because I was gonna go home this weekend, and even though I'm from the DMV, so DC area. I grew up in Northern Virginia and spent half of my life in DC because my dad's side of the family's there. I went to my grandma's and stuff every like spring break and Christmas break and summer break, stuff like that. So all my family that moved from Virginia is in Maryland. Prince George's County, St. Charles County, Montgomery County, which is still outside of DC or in DC. Some are in Columbia, which is Howard County, and I got a couple people in Baltimore. And I was like, I was going to go up there, extend my trip till Tuesday. And just because I didn't want to deal with Sunday traffic. So I was like, I could come back on Monday or Tuesday morning, you know what I'm saying? And I was looking, I was like, and I'd have been at that Baltimore show. The only reason why I wouldn't have been at that Baltimore show is because my son can't do Raw for 3 hours. Like, we tried Raw here at in Raleigh, and we got to like 10:30. He was out. He was ready to go. 10:45 he tapped out. 11 o'clock it ended. We heard Rhea's music come out, and then he was like, ooh, and then as soon as that happened, we was out. He fell asleep in the car. Okay? So I know for a fact. I don't even know if there was I knew it was 2 dark matches before. I don't think there's dark matches after Raw. If it is, I don't know. He made it better than the first one we did, Charlotte, and that's only because he wasn't feeling good. So, first time, I didn't get to see Bianca. I think we left right after Happy Corbin and JBL had came out. And I think that was like 9:30. So, I knew that's the only downside to Raw being so late. Is he'd have been ready to go. Baltimore is 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic, from where I would have been at. Then I had to drive back and the tired as hell. Like, then part of me was like, oh, I should go visit my mom, because I ain't been to her house in a year. She moved to Florida. So I was like, SmackDown gonna be in Orlando next Friday. But then they got a house show in Lakeland, and that's literally 15 minutes from where she lives at. I was like, I should go there. Okay. But then I'm like, well, they come into DC the 23rd. Okay. And I was like, I should do that. Right before he starts school on the 27th. And I was like, I don't want to do that because my birthday is 2 weeks after that. And I'm going to try to go up there for my birthday. But, and then I was like, oh, they having it in Nashville October 4th. He could go there with his dad. His dad lives in Nashville. Like, it's plenty of other places we could go, but I'm just surprised they're not coming to North Carolina no more this year. But at the same time, I'm happy that they came to all 3 major cities that they normally have stuff at in North Carolina this year. Because I think last year they only came to Raleigh and Charlotte. And then this year they actually came to Raleigh, Charlotte, Greensboro. So, but, yeah, so Sheamus had won. So then Damien came out and just haul ass to the ring. Real. I'm like, what? Like, no. First of all, Judgment Day is in shambles, okay? My man, you gonna have to change your music. Or even if you don't change your music, change that background. You're not purple and black no more, okay? So, change the back. He came down. Ben, where you at? La, 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 la. Like, you know, you supposed to be my brother. You know what's happening. You know, so Finn don't come out. He's smart. Do his little video, whoop the whoop on the thing. So then he like, you basically, we didn't have no leaders, but you basically try to lead us, and that's what it was. But from both sides, from Damien's side, he took over the role Rhea asked him to take over. Because low-key, Rhea was the Roman of Judgment Day. They gonna say we didn't have leaders, but y'all listen to everything Rhea had told y'all to do. So don't sit there and act like, oh, we ain't had no leaders. Okay? She was one of the originals, her, Edge, and Damien. And once they added you, they kicked Edge out. But of course she was a leader. And then she told him to hold it down. So he held it down. What the Downside to that was you was a lot slick at the mouth when Rhea was there and was not. Because it was, I told y'all not to help me. You mushed Finn out the ring a couple times or grabbed him by his neck. You wanted to hold up your title like Seth. Then you talking about I need, Judgment Day needs me more than I need them. Like, you can't say stuff like that and then don't expect people to store that away and go about their business. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why when they kept saying it's water on the bridge, I say after a while that bridge gonna flood. It ain't gonna be nothing to cross. Clearly. So, he was like, you not about to fight me. You about to fight JD. He was like, JD or whatever. You ain't want him in, da-da-da. So then JD cut his little promo. You ain't want me in, but you ain't see this coming. Trail off the track, da-da-da. And I'm like, the only reason why JD probably got a grudge with Damien is just like Damien has said, is he ain't like you. You ain't like him. You ain't trust him. And you and JD are tag team champions, and y'all been cool for a long time. That's it. Okay. So after that, excuse me. After that, I think it was Punk that came out. So Punk came out, which I was surprised. I don't know why, but I didn't expect him to be on the show today. Okay, I don't know why. But he came out, he's talking about how he was happy to be there. He ain't been in Baltimore in 10 years. And, you know, my thought was like, oh, sorry, I'm reading something. My thought was like, you've been gone for 10 years and ain't been in Baltimore in 10 years. Like, AEW ain't never been to Baltimore. But then I had to sit there and think, was like, no. Because when they came to the WNBA stadium in Southeast or Southwest? Southwest DC, I think. I think it's Southeast DC. I said, that thing is huge. And I'm like, that's still 45 minutes. But I'm like, they ain't never booked no shows in Baltimore? Like, they booked the show in Greensboro. I don't know, because sometimes it be like, they hold shows in huge arenas because they're 4 hours. I know that. I know that they shoot Rampage and Dynamite the same night. So the fans really got to sit there for like 4 or 5 hours. And the reason why they do that, to help the wrestlers get the pay they get, but so they won't have to travel as much, especially because a lot of them got families, which is cool. But it's no way in hell I'm sitting somewhere like that for 4 hours. Like, you might get 2.5 out of me at the most. If it's more than 2.5, maybe 3, I better be at the house. Okay? I could be at the house. Not unless it's going to be an experience that I remember for the rest of my life. Like the Renaissance concert or something. Something like that. Okay? Or sitting there seeing like Infinity Wars or something. Like, it got to be something that's sit there that is so good that I'm going to lose track of time. But other than that, if it's going to be all right, or it's be like, I could see it, I don't care to see it, or I could watch this at home, no. Couch me, please, okay? I will gladly sit on my couch with food in my drawers. Comfortable. Hair down, all of that, watching it on TV. Like, first of all, sometimes it just be too much work to put clothes on. Okay? I'm just saying, like, even if it's sweatpants or something, I'd be like, I gotta get dressed and go sit there and watch this, and then I don't even know if I'm gonna like it, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you be in one of those moods. But I was just surprised. And then, so when he said what he said, as soon as he came out, I said, Seth about to come out. Seth about to come. That's exactly what I said. I said, Seth about to come out. I said, because he walked off pissed on Saturday. So he came out, said what he said. And then, of course, Seth's music plays. So Seth got on this leather jacket, and then it hangs I mean, leather outfit, and then the jacket hangs like Edward Scissorhands. But then I looked at the cut of the jacket again. I said, that looked like a matching outfit to Becky's photo shoot, because that went viral on X. So I was like, it looks like they were going to do a husband and wife shoot while she was at the shoot, and then he couldn't make it or something. So they just gave him the clothes that he was going to wear and told him to wear it on Monday. That's exactly what it looked. I said, but it's also given a revenge outfit. So he come out, you know what I'm saying, and say what he about to say. Punk was like, so what's up then? You know what I'm saying? And Seth was like, what you mean what's up? Like, we about to do this. So as soon as they do what they do, about to do what they do, Drew come out of nowhere, okay? In the audience. This my problem with all of y'all superstars. Why y'all didn't come out right there or in the back when I was at the shows I was at, okay? Like the first couple shows I was over, I was over on the right side. Then the show last March, I was in the middle because my son wanted to be like right there to see like the bloodline up close. But then like the other two, and then the one show I was in production because we literally got last minute tickets 20 minutes before the show. Right there, we could see part of backstage stuff, which I didn't mind because y'all know me. I love production and all that stuff. I like to see the inner workings and stuff. But the other couple shows, I was right here by the steps where all like Jay and Sami and them come down at. Nobody came down. And then I was at the steps in the back behind it, the one where Liv came down before he told her, he cussed her out. I'm like, where the hell was y'all at when when I booked my ticket, okay? I'm waiting for these WrestleMania tickets to go on because I already got my hotel and it's paid for. I'm just saying. And they normally go on, according to last year, they went on sale this month, I think. So I'm trying to figure it out. I'm already upset that my G-Ho, Greatest Homecoming on Earth, North Carolina A&T, football tickets sold out in 12 hours and they was just released today. Like, I can't even, I'm going to have to scalp or buy a ticket from somebody. Like, what the hell? I'm just upset today. Today is not a good ticket day. Okay? So, what is happening? I still like seeing Inside Out 2. I still gotta watch Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, my son and I went to see Despicable Me 4 last Friday or Saturday. I want to say Friday. But, like, everything else, I'm just like... So, Drew comes down, basically talking about, he was like, hey, yo, Punk, we gonna talk about something that you love to talk about, and it's yourself. I was like, well, he ain't lying. So, he was like, basically saying all this other stuff, and then he was like, hey, I got something of yours. And he said, your precious wife, and I forgot the dog name. And Punk went after him, because I was like, why the hell he won this match, but he still got Drew's bracelet. And I was like, okay. So that it's going to prolong their story. Okay? Because I legit thought Seth and Punk was going to get prolonged until like Survivor Series or something like that. So before that, Bronson had came and talked to Pierce and was like, what am I about to do? Bronson's one of my favorites on Raw. Seth is one of my favorites on Raw. Sami, Ricochet, but he's not there no more. Ivar. Okay. As far as men go, like, what is going on? Okay. That's why I can't get it together. So it's just like the versatility, the different styles and all that other stuff. So, and truth is just funny. But, I think I let a mosquito in here. But, yeah, so he was basically, Pierce was like, no, you can't do that. He's like, I'm about to forge my own path. So Pierce was like, and I said, here go another person about to stress Pierce out. He already stressed out from Drew. He's already stressed out from Punk. He already stressed out from Bron Breakker. But what Eleanor Roosevelt say? She said, well-behaved women rarely make history. Okay, I guess that go for men too, because homeboy went out there after they was talking, sit there and attack my man Seth. I was so like shocked and then interested at the same time, because Seth has got to be my favorite, period. Okay, like when he came back, I was almost in tears because I came back. When he looked like he was in tears after he got that chair to the back, I was in tears. Okay, I was Samantha when she was announcing the winner. That was me. Okay, the emotions. Even when I watch it now, sometimes I be like it takes me right back to that. So, and I was happy like when he was in Survivor Series with Cody, because for a while he had a flashback, and you know, the main reason why I was in tears because I was like, he's gonna betray that man, and he didn't. So he attacked him. I was like, then he tsunami'd him, okay, and then he tsunami'd him again. I said, oh hell no. Then the third time the refs and them come out, Adam and them come out. I said, what the hell going on? A fourth time, I said, is that blood on the mat? He is bleeding. And I didn't know it was internal bleeding at first. I just thought like his tooth or his ear or something was messed up. Then he went to the other side. I said, not 6 times. He bleeding. His face is red. He's coughing up blood. You could see when they showed the camera. I said, oh, hell no. So then people was like, this is a way to prolong it to WrestleMania 41. I said, I don't give a good goddamn, okay? And then I was like, you know what the crazy part is? I said, the crazy part is, Seth probably agreed to this. I said, that's the crazy part. Seth probably was like, they probably like, we're going to let Bronson attack you. That way you could stay at home for a couple months, be with your wife and your child. And then we can conjure up a story later for you. And, you know, not going into detail, but he was like, all right, you still going to get paid. Okay. And I was like, he probably knew he was getting attacked, but he probably ain't know he was getting tsunami that many times. Because he went to a local hospital and endoscopy covered, whatever. I was like, oh, hell. And then, so the first one, I think, really impacted it. But the third one, it didn't hit his stomach. He hit his top upper chest and like his head, okay? And the court, and I was like, I hope he ain't got the thing Jimmy got. Because according to reports, Jimmy has the thing where his pec muscle tore from his bone in his chest. So you get breathing. It's hard to breathe sometimes with the spasms. I used to have it, okay? Muscle spasms, they hurt. And the body has to heal it by itself, or you have to get the surgery for it. But you can't have a lot of impact on your chest. You can't even sometimes get into the pool because of the impact of the water up against your chest hurts or makes feel like you can't breathe. Like, so you can't get hit by a chair or nothing like that. So I'm like, I hope that's not what. And they was like, get a medic. I'm like, y'all should have been got the daggone medic. Like, what the hell going on? But what tripped me out was like, after that, I looked on like Triple H thing, and he was like, it's basically a guy, like something like paraphrasing, like forging his own path or something like that. I'm like, okay. Like, so that's what we doing. Okay. So then we get Lyra versus Shayna, right? And then Shayna come out. No, Lyra comes out. So people's like, oh, she calls herself a Raven. We're in a Raven Stadium. We're in a Raven City. Whatever. Which I was surprised. That's what I expect to see, a couple Ravens. I don't know, but I know they about to start preseason, so they probably either home and chilling or football camp or whatever. That's my team. Okay, so Lyra comes out and Shayna comes out. So that match doesn't end like, well, it don't last that long. It was a pretty good match, but Sonya got caught attacking Lyra, so she won based off of a DQ. Okay, so then after all of that, Damage Control comes out and like fights them, I guess, to see who's like the tougher female faction or whatever. Or whatever. I'm just thinking about Michin, what she calls them in the symbol, and she was like, I didn't know I started something because I just looked on my ex. And the symbol and the name she got for them is hilarious. But yeah, so that happens, and then I was confused again because A-Town Down Under had came out. And I was like, what is happening? I said, so we just gonna have the draft from May to June, July, and then for 2.5 months, and then be like the hell with it after that? Because if that's what we doing, I'm fine with it. But just let a nigga know. Like, let people know, okay? Because we be confused as hell. Like, what is happening? And I also understand that sometimes on your show, there's nothing for you right now, so they try to switch you up and put you other places. But it's more understandable when we have like A-Town Down Under go to NXT, because you know a lot of the main people go to NXT if they need like Natalya went down there, OC goes down there often, Judgment Day was down there for a couple weeks last year, Dagon, Legado de Fantasma was down there, Cody, he hasn't been in the match but he's hosted, Michin's been down there, shoot, who else? It's been a couple people that's been down there. And Roxy's been up here. But, yeah, you need to get ready for bed. You put on deodorant? Yeah. Okay.
You need help with something.
What? The top?
No, it's not wrong with the game.
You need my help with the game?
Help?
You said my help?
I need help with something on the game.
From me? Cut the light out. Is it Madden?
There's a game called Multiverse on PlayStation. It's like Super Smash Bros. But they have characters like IAmJustBee, Shaggy, LeBron.
So you want me to help you beat the characters?
No, I need help signing in.
Okay. I say, you know, Super Smash Bros. Is one of my games. Hold on. Well, no, turn it off. It's time for bed. It's time for you to get ready for bed. It's like 11:30, 11:40.
More than that.
Yeah. So you done for that for the night. So I was about to come up there and help you. So you got to do that tomorrow. So where was I at? Yeah, so they win. So then, no, yeah, so Lyra wins and stuff like that. But the A-Town Down Under comes on, and I might be switching stuff up. I don't know. So A-Town Down Under is on, and y'all know I crack up every time. First, I was confused, okay? Then I was laughing because y'all know every time Theory does this, and Grace is behind it like this, and I'm like, well, first of all, what is he saying? And second of all, why do you do that every time? Okay? So then they fight, because we like, what is going on? They was like, oh, they fighting Awesome Truth. And I was like, oh, okay. Now that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I was like, because they had that whole situation or whatever. And I had them winning. A-Town Down Under. And then the commentary tonight was hilarious, okay? As per usual. First of all, I can't remember, what was it? It was that match or something like that when R-Truth was rapping. And I'm about to take this hair out and look crazier. And he asked Miz where we at, and Miz came in like a second late. And I think Cole said something like, he don't have no type of rhythm or something. He said, or try to keep up or something like that. And Pat was like, he don't have no rhythm at all. I was like, what? Then it was wrestling. He was like, and I don't think it was that match. I think he said something like, I told you to turn it off. He said something like, the dumb ref. He was, I think, on another match, he was like, and the dumb ref or the goofy ref or something like that. And I was like, Cole is Cole. I'm loving this Cole. Okay, I'm loving this version of Cole. Okay, I will say they did use the Patostrator tonight. But with the whole Triple H and the spit thing, I was like, that was a random thing to use it on. Like, out of all things. Okay? But, Awesome Truth, try to, do the You Can't See Me and all that other stuff. I don't even know how A-Town Down Under won, because I went into another room for like 10 seconds. It did something else, and I hear ding, 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 the winner. And I'm like, dang. Like, I just walked out for a second. Okay, like I watched the entire match and then and I was like, ain't this some stuff? So then Final Testament come out talking about Woods and all this other stuff, Kofi. I'm so glad they're back together. And people like wrap this up, which I concur. I said it doesn't make sense if the story is not going to evolve. Okay? Like, if we're not going to get a turn or something like that soon from either one of them or them splitting up, there's no point in carrying even doing this, because I'm like, where is it going from here? And then if they do split up, that plays on the New Day, but where does he go after that? Okay? And then Shinsuke's still a part of the company, because I know he's not with Raw and he was on SmackDown, but honestly, y'all shouldn't have put him on SmackDown from jump. There's no story or no room for him. There's not enough time. I should have kept him on Raw, because after this whole situation with Seth being out, I don't know where the hell Ivar is. Eric been out or injured or released or whatever he is. And then like Ricochet gone, stuff like that. Y'all could have used Shinsuke, put him in the fold on Raw. Okay? Like some of the drafts didn't make sense. Like Pretty Day should have stayed on SmackDown. Alma Ivory should have went on Raw last year. Run some water on that. And Shinsuke should have stayed at Raw. Like, it was no... Like, Cody could go to the blood... He's still fighting the bloodline. He has a title. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But, like... No, them three, I'm like, why? And then Tegan, she ain't been on TV. What's her name? Kiana James? We ain't seen her on TV. Odyssey Jones, I forgot he got drafted. Like, what the hell we doing? And stuff like that, because Dijak got put on Raw too, and then released the man because I ain't have nothing going for him. Like, what is happening? And I be like, I was with some of the vloggers when I watched. It shows up on my YouTube and was like, it's no point in drafting these people if you don't have a story for them, and they just sit idle, because then they get released and they had a story and stuff going for them in NXT, which I totally concur. There's no point, okay? So they come out dressed like Ninja Turtles. They fight AOP. AOP big as hell, okay? 600 something pounds together. That's big as hell. And they not only big, they tall. Then homeboy gonna say he a kickboxing champ. And I said, who a kickboxing champ? Why? You too big to be doing that. Like, kickboxing people and stuff. As big as you are, you better tackle somebody. The hell? Like, what? That's crazy. And Karrion had hit him. Yeah, that's what he said. He said that he called him a dumb rap because Karrion hit him and he ain't see it. So then Odyssey Jones come out. So he come out and attack them. I think he suplexes or he does something to both the AOP members. I was like, that's crazy. Then they say he's 400 and something pounds. My first thought was, has he fought Uma Femi while he was in NXT? And if not, send him back down there. I need a North American title match between the two of them. Okay? Okay? He can stay up. He ain't got to win it, but I want the match. Okay? And then if we doing big dude versus big dude, like put him in the fold with Bronson. So then he won. They won. New Day. I've had mixed feelings because I'm like, is he a fill-in for Big E or is he replacing Big E? Big E tweeted like he was happy that he was on there and stuff like that, and I was like, I'm in mixed feelings because I'm excited to see him on TV, but like I don't know how to feel about him being part of the New Day. Like the New Day is a New Day, and somebody's like, this is the last day, and somebody's like, people are like, and I said we can do Bloodline 2.0. Okay, we know it's a lot of them. Okay, we could do Judgment Day 2.0, and the only reason why we could do that is because the change up with Edge happened so early on. We expected to be more changes. I'm like, New Day, we can't do a 2.0 New Day. Okay, they're too much grandfathered in as the way they are. Like, keep them the way they are. Like, if you gonna add somebody else, you can't call them the New Day no more. You gotta call them something else. Okay. So him and Kofi's like, yeah, we met each other at the Performance Center when I was in rehab. So Woods is like, okay. I said, Woods is not with it. Okay? Because Woods looked like either I should have known prior to so I could be in on it, or, you know what I'm saying? Like the discrepancy, this discrepancy would be like an added layer as to why they split up, if they are going to split up. But I was like, I don't know. Like, and I'm not knocking nobody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do what you do. But I was just like, I don't know how to feel about that. And when he was talking about carrying and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, true. I said, out of the three, we're going to keep it real. And I love all three of them. I love them down. Like, I like, as a fan, okay? Like, I watch Up, Up, Down, Down. You know what I'm saying? My son and I made a sign. Like, New Day is his second favorite. Well, it was Tower Alpha Academy after the Bloodline for him. But, like, you know what I'm saying? So, for us, like, they're very... But I'm like, Kofi was the bigger star in WWE because even prior to, he was, you know, Jamaican Me Crazy, all that stuff. And then my son was like, Big E had a title. And I was like, Big E had to cash in and get a title. They gave Kofi the title at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? I was like, was that King of the Ring? But he's never held a singles title. And I was like, honestly, if Big E didn't have Money in the Bank briefcase, he probably wouldn't have held a singles title either. He might have, but we would have never known. You know? So I was like, oh, it's only a matter of time. But Kofi definitely was, I mean, not Kofi, Woods definitely was not with it. So, I was like, yeah, I want to see Wood. I want to see him fight Uma. Okay? And then they talking about Bron and talking about how he is a blueprint. He's only been in NXT for 2.5 years, and he's the hunter because everything he goes after he gets. He was the NXT champion. Now he's the IC champion, and basically whoever wants this work, come get this work. Okay? He not running. He keeping the belt on his arm. It look good the way it is. Okay? So, with that being said, I just had to tuck my son in. Anyways, so he was like, whoever wants this work can come get this work. My thing is, like I said last week or the other day, I want to see him versus Braun Strowman. Okay? Him versus Bronson Reed. Okay? Now we got Odyssey Jones in it, him versus Odyssey Jones. We could put him to SmackDown and get him versus Jacob. Okay? Like, I want to see powerhouse matches with him. I wish Dragunov wasn't injured, because I feel like in due time, he's going to be a title holder as well. And I know everybody that comes on the ring won't be hold a title, or if they hold one, it won't be for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that everybody should hold a title for a long time. I don't care if someone holds a title for 9 days like Cody and Jay did, but you can't say on their record that they didn't hold it one time. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of, we had Cleveland. We had SummerSlam in Cleveland. Why don't we have Drew Carey? Does he have any allegations against him or anything like that? Random. Oh, was he busy? Now you can't have a Cleveland rock show. For those who know, Generation X, Generation and Millennials. And not have him on the show. Like, that used to be my show. Like, me and my aunt used to watch that, and we used to watch this old show that used to come at 4 in the morning because we used to be up late baking, called News Radio. And we used to watch Drew Carey because his enemy, who ended up being his sister-in-law, was my favorite. She was my favorite character on there. And then we knew it was time to go to bed. I knew it was time to go to bed because, depending on what channel you watch, MASH came on, and then it would go, and I hated that show. But but like, know the song, like that song, and that's what the 70s show gives about Wisconsin. It gives the same type state song, just like Ohio with Cleveland. But I can't wait to see who Bron fights for the IC title. Oh, these pins is hurting. For the IC title, and how long he will hold it. Like, I don't see Sami getting it back next week, but I do see Sami and Jay maybe being title holders, tag team title holders for oh, that's what I forgot, I had that in there because of that, for Raw for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That'd be crazy though. And it'd be funny if like Jimmy come back and then like, but I don't know if Roman would want to be a tag team title holder with like Jimmy. Like, I don't know. And their fighting styles are kind of not the same. But then Cody and Jay's aren't the same. Sami and Jay's aren't the same. It's just the chemistry. So I don't know. But I do see him, like, them holding that maybe for like at most 2 weeks. If they want to give it to him for longer than that, that's fine. But I feel like the tag team titles hold prestige when it's New Day, someone from the bloodline, Street Profits, which I still think they should get, or singles titles, or both. And DIY, you know what I'm saying? If they would have held it for a couple weeks, they could have held it with prestige, because Johnny is really good. Him and Ciampa are really good, but Johnny, him and his wife, man. Him and his wife. And they had a poll up, like, who would you want to see get, like, a singles, like, if they had a singles mid-card title, who would you want to have, like, on there? And it was, like, her, Zelina, Michin, and then, like, 3 other women, like, I think, like, Maxxine, I think Zoe and somebody else. And I was like, I love Michin and all that. It's like the rest of the women, I guess they count as like main title holders, like Women's SmackDown Raw. So Naomi and Bianca and Jade and all them were up there. But I'm like, I love Michin. And if it wasn't for Candice, Michin would have been the first person on my mind. But Candice, man, Candice got it. And I said that a couple years ago when I was like, these women need to move from mid card or low card to like mid high level card. And I had listed like Liv, Shotzi, Raquel. It was like 5 people. Tegan was up there. and Rhea, and most of them have held titles. So I'm not wrong. You know what I'm saying? They have the tag team title, a women's title. I was gonna say a women's IC or US title, but we don't have one of those yet. But I'm still waiting for that to happen. So then after that, what else happened? It was a lot. Oh, so then we got, I thought it was gonna be SZS versus Damage Control, like the whole three versus SZS. I call them SDS, you know. Shayna, Zoe, Sonya. Sonya, Shayna. That probably sounds better. So, or Team Forehead versus, that still sticks. Team Forehead versus Damage Control. I didn't know it was a 1v1. So when Shayna had beat up Dakota, I was like, my first thought was like, okay, so well, since it's going to be a 303, we can get Zelina in her place. Or I was like, I would lose my mind if Asuka come out. Because I legit thought it was 3v3. I did not pay attention to Shayna just fighting Dakota. I forgot. Okay? Because so much has happened since last Monday. So I was like, okay. So, sorry. Not one gray hair right here. I color my hair and this one says nope. Every time. Like, you won't know your age. But, yeah, but when she fought and then she came out and I was like, so, he was like, I guess I ain't got nobody fight. I said, oh, so it's just her. So then EO came out and I said, oh. But you knew EO was pissed because EO didn't even have her wrestling gear on. She said, I'm just going to wear my clothes, which were cute. But they don't give like stretch and breathable to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, wrestling gear, to me, seems like ballet gear, dance gear, gymnastic gear, where it's still cute, but it's stretchable, it's breathable. Like, the pants she had on just gave regular, I got a pair of them pants too upstairs. And I was going to wear them yesterday. Black pants, regular black pants. So I'm like, she moving and stuff in that. Okay. So then they were fighting. And at one point, she did the over the moon moonsault. And then Kyrie did an insane elbow. That elbow was tallest. First of all, her jumping that high up, I said, it's no way in here. I said, that's a real tall elbow. It's no way. That's how you know a lot of this stuff is off of adrenaline and what you love to do. Because I'm not a heights person. I'm like Montez. Like, he says the frog splash is his finisher because he's scared of heights. Love airplanes. I fall asleep on them all the time. I'll do a roller coaster every once in a while if, like, my sister talks me into it or my son wants to go on because now he's starting to like it. But I'm not like, me and my sister took an Eiffel Tower tour in Vegas. I was scared out of my mind, okay? I don't like standing still tall and looking down. If that makes sense. Like, if I'm in a building, like a skyscraper, and I look down, it's kind of different because the building, I'm like, it's secure. But like the Paris Eiffel Tower, because we stayed in the Paris hotel, is like it has guards for the wind thing, but I'm like, it's real windy up here. And the guard things look thin. And then she was like, this is half the size of the real one. And I said, I will not be going to Paris to do that. Like, you ain't got to worry about it. Like that building in Toronto where you just walk over the glass and can see down on the floor. Why do they got that? Like, that would not be an adventure I would find something that I would want to do in my life. Like, I'm not. So for like her to go up that high, and it'd be a no for me, dog. Like, if I was a wrestler and I had to do Money in the Bank, I'm like Chelsea's, like, I'm scared of height. Y'all would see me climb up there and get that briefcase so fast and climb down. The girls would be like, well, dang, that was record time. Because there's no way in hell I'm doing that either. Like, it's no way. I don't care. Okay? Like, I would have to literally practice. Have somebody have me practice running up a ladder and then trying to undo something and then running back down like as many times as I could, because I'm only gonna do it one time. All the other times I'm gonna just beat other people up from getting to it. But after I do it, and if I fail, I'm just not gonna do it again. Like that would, you ain't gotta worry about it. That's all I could think about was like, dang, that's tall. And I'm like from the top of the mat, I meant from the top of the ring post, probably gotta be a good 14 feet. Then not only she stand on, she jumped up, so added more feet, then came down. So then with the way she came down, I was like, I don't know if she's gonna end up on the barricade where the audience is, on the floor and hit Shayna. But that was precision because she hit her. I was like, dang, nope. So that's gonna keep going. So the thing with that is, the thing with Kaden, Katana, and Lyra is kind of vanishing. But with SCS, but we also got Damage Control at SCS. But then you got Alba and Alla there. Okay. But now they said they moved them to Raw. But now they got beef with the big three now from SmackDown. So I don't know what the hell they doing. I should have known that was the first hint of them just switching people around, because I know the tag team champs can go either way because they're the. But I'm like, now y'all got beef with people on Raw, and it's a whole bunch of y'all. Oh, and what also threw me is Ivy and Max talking, because you know they have teamed up for the tag team as tag team. You know what I'm saying? Because Creed Brothers and Alpha Academy have formed an alliance, and she was like, you know, well, that's what they do when they get aggressive. And I'm like, so y'all having a rift because y'all on opposite sides, or y'all not together? Y'all beefing? Like, what's happening? Okay. And I don't know, Damien, when he gave his promo thing to Finn, I was like, that's that New York coming out of him. I said, that was a little hood thing, because he was like, he think I'm done. He was like, I got more in the chamber. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, I might not got y'all basically, but after y'all watching my documentary, I realized I got a big family, which I need to go back on. I need to go watch, because his seemed really interesting. Really, really interesting. I love stories of people having adversity and overcoming certain things. And it ain't necessarily got to be like, oh, I was homeless, or I was with a single mom, or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. It could be mental health. It could be you getting in your own way, having imposter syndrome, and then you finally realizing your worth. It could be like whatever adversity you had to come over. It could be you having just fear, just, you know, natural fear. Didn't think this was for you. Tried every other job in the world and failed at it. Or you were good at it and realized that's not what you wanted to do. Got over your fear, tried out. You know what I'm saying? Ended up being on a roster, and now this is where you are today. Like, because honestly, that's what happened with me in one of my jobs 2 years ago when I worked this contract job, and it kept getting presented to me, and I was like, I don't even qualify for that job. Like, why does it keep getting presented to me? I was like, and I was kind of scared, because I was like, I'm going to sit here and apply, and I'm not going to get hired. And then I was like, Lord, literally prayed like, Lord, if this job is still up here in a month, I will apply. And I was working somewhere else. And a month later, the lady that owned the staffing company that was one of my mentors at my current job, she presented to me. I said, okay, I'm going to apply. Applied. 2 days later, got a call for an interview. I wasn't even really no interview, because that's the sucky part of me in the job part. Like, I can do the work. It's just like, gotta put on gotta do all that fluff of why would you want this, and they're like, I don't like small talk like that, so that's not my thing. But we were just having genuine conversation, and then she showed me around the building, and one of my current colleagues / friends now, she said, I knew you were gonna get hired. She was like, cause you were the only person they showed around the building. And I was like, really? After I got hired. She was like, yeah, the rest of them was like, okay, thank you. And as soon as that happened, they was like, when can you start? And my contract in my other job had ended. And I'm telling too much of my story. And I sat there and took notes and stuff because I was just filling in with somebody else. She was on maternity leave for like 5 months. And I was sitting there taking notes and stuff like that. And her baby was due any day, as much as I could. And I was qualified. Like, and whatever I couldn't retain, I looked in the book. Like, I write down everything. Whatever I couldn't retain, I would look in something I wrote or something I highlighted. Like, okay. They're like, you did real well. Like, you gonna. So, moral of the story is, don't count yourself out, okay? Because you might be qualified for what you think you're not qualified for. Because a lot of the times they word stuff, and it don't even be that deep. Like, they like, we need somebody that can do accounts payable for such and such, and then write some in the Excel invoice. And I said, all that is putting in what needs to be paid, what has been paid in Excel, sending out invoices, making sure they paid, documenting that they paid. Like, that's it. That's the breakdown. But they'd be like, they be wording stuff too much. But anyway, so I gotta watch the documentary, but he came up. So him and JD came out for it. So he was like, for someone that has a big head, you sure got a small brain. I was like, oh, I was cracking up the whole time. Like, every 15 to 30 minutes, it was something said, either in the promo or by Cole or Pat, I had me cracking up. Okay? So he comes out, right? And Carlito and stuff went up with him, and I was like, well, first they showed, and it was like, Carlito's part of the new Judgment Day 2.0? Because I was like, my theory was they was going to break up the Terror Twins and the new Judgment Day, and Carlito was going to go back and forth between the two. But I'm like, well, he done chose his side, so now he's officially part of the 2.0. But they come out, they fighting. I think Damien was holding him down. He was pissed. That's how you know he's pissed. He was fighting. And then, oof, my hair. And it's still straight. It's just frizzy in the front. And then of course he gets attacked because he's winning. So they attack him and they jump on him. Like, it's for them. The match ends or whatever, and they had him tied up. Sorry. And the fan comes out. Damien's so pissed, he knocks them all out the way. I'm like, yes, let's go, okay? So then he grabs Finn, and as soon as he grabs Finn, like, clears them all out, Dom gets on him, I think, and then Dom and Rhea gets in his face when he's about to give Finn to raise the edge. Not Rhea, Liv. Sorry. And then her and Dom stomp him out. So then we hear, this is my brutal. And you see Finn on the side like this, like, trying to, when she speed walks and runs down the ramp, you could see him standing there like this. Like, part of him is like, I'm trying to catch my breath, and the other part's like, I ain't trying to be here. From a character point standpoint, persona, like, I hope she don't see me, I'm invisible. But from like a personal persona, he's just like, this ain't my part. This ain't for me. Cause I said, Damien's pissed at Finn. I said, but he also pissed at Dom because Rhea's his Terror twin. Like, they like this. They came to NXT together. You know what I'm saying? And they was in Judgment Day together. They the original two. So of course. So she come, they get the hell out of Dodge, boy. But Liv gets caught up. Rhea's so pissed, she clears off the daggone. And I said, before that even happens, Damien was so pissed, he threw JD on the announcement table, and JD flung off and then hit the chair and then fell on the floor. I said, God dang. I said, God. And so as soon as she was about to, she flipped her up. As soon as she was about to flip her down, Dom grabbed her. I said, because Dom knew she was about to die. Okay? Reed was about to give it to her. I said, and he better sleep with one eye open, because, man, you ain't no keeping your head on the swivel. That's like I said before. You might as well just stay in the house and have like the ring at the door and see who's trying to creep up on you. Okay? Because if she pull a LA night and show up at your house, it's gonna be a problem. Okay? Okay? So she pissed. She goes in there. JD comes back in the ring, still fighting Damien. I'm like, you doing a whole bunch. Okay? I know Finn is your tag team partner, y'all cool, but Finn ain't even in the area no more. So, she headbutts him. I said, not with the hair he got. Not you headbutting him. So then I think Damien gives him the Razor Edge, and then Carlito scoots him out, and then Damien and her hug, and he's like, yeah. Because when he was getting jumped, I said, where's the Terror Twin? And she come out, I said, let's go, Rhea. Like, let's go. And people was like, man, they so over. Like, how are they gonna beat us babyface? And I was like, you ain't necessarily gotta be a babyface. Like, now in the Triple H cinema era, I don't think we need a new category. Okay, we got the baby faces, which is like the John Cena's, the Bianca Belairs, the Codys. Okay, then you got the heels. No matter what they do, people hate them. Okay, and for some, that's CM Punk, because you either like him or don't. I'm indifferent. I don't care. Okay. That could be the Scottish Psycho, Drew McIntyre, but a lot of people like him. Right now, it could be Solo. It could be Chad Gable. And then you got the people that try to play like tough, but people love them. Okay? That would be like the old bloodline with like the Usos. It would be like Rhea and Damien. It would be like, who try to play tough, but people like love them? Bron Breakker. Like, they're not really heels necessarily, but they not really faces either. They just is in the middle. I don't know what the hell you call them, but we need a new term for that, because or if there is a term, I don't know it. But we need a term for that, because everybody, they're like, oh, it's heel face, and some of them is blurred. Some of them is blurred lines. Like, because at one point I was like, when Dom and them started that prison situation, I was like, ain't they supposed to be healed? But I'm like, people is like cheering when Rhea come out. So I was confused, like, okay. But so then Chad and them was talking, and he said that you could keep Alpha Academy name. We changing our name to American Made. I don't know. Okay, I was calling them the College Olympians, because both of them went to well, I don't know if Chad went to college, but I know the Creed brothers went to Duke, and they was wearing Duke blue today. And then Chad was at the Olympics, and I think Brutus said he was going to qualify to go to the Olympics in 2021, but then he got or was it this year? And then he got the call, and he chose WWE instead. But I like my name better. So I'm going to call them College Olympians, even though they're American made. So they come out. The Wyatt 6 come out. And I was confused, because I don't know the history of the Wyatts. Okay? Like, I knew, the only thing I know, I think, is Braun Strowman used to be a part of it. And when he had the, like, real long beard and stuff. And that's who I ain't see today. But, I was like, so who's the sixth Wyatt? I was like, was it Bray? If it was, it makes sense. But I'm ignorant on the subject. I don't really know. So, and then people asked about Dexter's hair, and it was like, oh, we ain't seen him in a while. And I was like, we ain't seen Dexter in almost 2 years. But his hair wouldn't have grown that fast. Because people was like, is that his hair extension? They added extensions to that, for y'all that don't know. Or his crocheted in, okay? It's people that know how to do ready-made locks, and they just added to the hair. The girl that started my son's hair here in Raleigh, if you ever need her, she's a loctician. Her name is Tashia, okay? She has those ready-made locks that she'll do on any type of hair, and I think they start at like $700. But you can get them made, and then when your hair grows out to a certain length, you could take them off, or they'll lock into your hair. But that's like, but he looks good with the thing. And then I was like, okay, there's Nikki Cross, there's Bo, that's Eric, that's Joe. Because I was trying to figure out, I was like, who is the other dude? Like, I knew it was that's Joe. So they fought. End of the day, the Wyatt 6 wins. First of all, Eric is big as hell, okay? I want to see the Wyatts take on Final Testament. If they don't got nothing else going on for Final Testament, only because I want to see him up against AOP, because he big as hell, okay? I want to see him fight them. And it could stop or change his, maybe they could scare them straight or something or whatever. But when I saw Joe, I said, that's who that is. Because the last time I saw him, I stopped watching NXT after Vengeance Day for a little bit. And that's the last time I saw him, was him versus Dijak on Vengeance Day. And that was my favorite match of that night. That match was crazy. Because I was like, he reminded me of an Attitude Era Mankind a little bit with that match. So he fits right in, okay? Like, right in. And then I forgot how good Dexter was. And someone was like, just have him and Joe as a tag team. But I was like, I forgot how good he was. And then I was like, I think Muscle Man Malcolm had interviewed Vix Crow, or AKA Alicia Fox. And she was saying she was training with Dexter. He has this gym in a wrestling academy before she had fought Mickie James at Mickey's event. And I was like, he is so talented. And I said, I see why she trained with him. Because he's talented. Like, before, he had the storyline of, we know what Miz did with Joe, with Johnny wrestling. It was terrible. And they had to pay him, and him popping up in the scene. Like, it was weird. But, like, this is a better fit, I feel like. And it's like, it's the start of something. So, we got Raw out the way. Now we gotta go to Omaha and get SmackDown out the way. And I think Roman's gonna be there this week, and I think next week, or just this week. But I know it's only 2 hours, but can we get like the first 30 to 45 minutes commercial free? I don't care if we gotta do picture in picture for Fox either, because I got questions, okay, to certain stuff, okay? Like, what's next for Bailey? What's next for Nia? When Tiffany gonna try slicking and do what she do? Okay, when we get in this tag team match redo, or the big three situation, what's going on with the bloodline? Is we doing like LA versus Santos, or LA versus Carmelo, starting that back up again, or LA versus Andrade? I feel like that'd be a good match too. Okay, I feel like CM Punk has said that they said he was gonna be out for 9 months. He did it in like 5. I originally thought he said they told him 4. I don't remember them saying he's saying 9. I thought he said like, see y'all in 4 months. Not unless the doctor told him 9 and his goal was 4, and then he came back in 5. Like, then that would make sense. But I don't remember that. And then, like, when is Charlotte coming back? Because the way the homegirl is moving, first of all, it's been about, they told her, what, 9-10 months? She got injured in December. I don't know if she had a surgery this same week, but 9 months will be September. It's been 8. I feel like she gonna come back before then. If she don't come back by September, Bash at Berlin, you know, that's the last day of August, then we'll know. But I just want to know how she gonna get into the fold. Like, it's, I got questions, okay? I'm just saying. I'm just waiting for SmackDown. Hopefully it's good as Raw, because last week's Raw was terrible. The weeks before that was great, but Raw so far is the #1 show, even though it's only one day. Well, Friday come, I don't know if it's gonna be still #1, but I'm gonna try to watch NXT tomorrow. Last week I fell asleep. I was tired, but it might, because Raw been on fire. Minus last week, Raw's been on fire. Okay, just saying. Even though the Bloodline and Judgment Day do kind of have similar stories, which I always said, but I just can't wait to see what Friday's gonna bring. And yeah, I gotta take this out. I'm not sleeping with, I don't sleep with I do, but sometimes, but if I wear a bonnet or something, I sleep with it out and put the bonnet on. My hair is just been up. Anyways, I hope y'all have a great night, good sleep, a great day tomorrow, a great rest of your week if I don't do NXT. Yeah, and see you Friday. Bye.